Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tokyo Tuesdays, the segment in which I head to the Tokyo Disney theme parks to sample and review every last eatery. For our 13th episode, we're making our first stop in Toontown with Toontone Treats. Located in Tokyo Disneyland, Toontown is not quite in the same location in Japan as it is in Disneyland, California. Heading into the World Bazaar, continue straight until you pop out the other end. Veer to your right and continue heading in the vague direction of the castle. Right before you make it to the castle, turn off into Tomorrowland on your right. Walk the border between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, passing the Starjets ride on your right, and continue straight in through Toontown's big open gates. Stick closely to the right side of Toontown, and there, parked in front of Goofy's Paint and Play house, you'll find the Toontone Treats truck. Big, rounded, and cartoony, this truck looks like it could have rolled out of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Everything about this truck is over-the-top exaggerated, from the wheels to the paper posting the hours, the stitching on the banner, the paintbrushes and cans, it's all there. Even the menu is appropriately cartoony. Alright, I am in Toontown, and there's going to be a parade starting very soon, so I'm going to try and get most of this done before that starts. I went to the Toontone cart? Yeah, it's pretty much a cart, a little bit of counter service. I got this Donald case full of Jellybeans, yay. And I got a sweet cream cheese pretzel. It's got the sun from Who Framed Roger Rabbit on it, and I got a hot chocolate. I'm starting with the sweet cream pretzel because I'm a little bit nervous about it. I prefer my cream cheese to be a bit more on the salty side, so we'll see how this goes. Pretzel is quite good, warm and soft and delicious. The cream cheese is very sweet, but not overly so. It's almost like it's vanilla flavored. If you're like me and you prefer your cream cheese to be on the saltier side of the flavor spectrum, you might still enjoy this, just so long as you go into it knowing and expecting that it is a sweet cream cheese. So you can give it a shot. It's not bad. I'm going to try some of these Jellybeans. I love this case. This case is adorable. It's tiny. It's so tiny. Okay, let's see. Japanese Jellybeans I've experienced in the past have been a little bit harder than American Jellybeans, so we'll see if these compare. Very tasty. Maybe just a little more, I guess harder is the wrong word. There's a little bit more resistance when you eat. They squish, and then you really sort of have to bite to make it, to separate, like, words. English. I speak it. But other than that, they are just pretty standard jelly beans. They're very, very fruity, but, you know, it's nothing that if you bought, like, Jelly Belly fruit-flavored jelly beans, it would probably be the same, would be my guess. I tend to go for the different flavors of jelly beans, but fruit one's quite nice. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. Maybe wear it as an awesome bracelet? I'm not sure. Maybe you're supposed to attach it to, like, if you get a popcorn, you can get a popcorn bucket or a lunchbox that's shaped like this as well, I know. And I know that because I have the lunchbox shaped like this. And maybe you can just attach it to the lunchbox. Oh, that's adorable, look. So the joint is right there on his hat tail. Oh, that's cute. I love stuff like that. And now for the hot chocolate, which is going to be way too hot for me to drink it at this point, but I'm going to try anyways and burn my mouth. Yep, that's hot. Hot chocolate. It's pretty standard hot chocolate. It's really hard to mess up hot chocolate as far as these things go. So, if you want hot chocolate, you don't have to worry about there being any surprises here. Alright, Hey, pigeon! Hi. This child and I are both amused by this pigeon. Right, so I'm going to sign off for now and probably talk this place up after the fact. just because I am afraid of this parade starting and just completely drowning me out, even with my microphone. So I will see you again soon. So, now that we've tried their food, how does it rate? Service. Service is a 3 out of 5. Friendly and fast, you do need to be prepared to tell them what style of case you want if you're getting the Jellybeans. I didn't have to wait in line at all at this location, though the people behind me did. I sat next to this cart while I was eating, and I noticed that they tended to either have no line at all or a line 10 people deep. Their cycle between line, no line tended to go much quicker than any other cart that I've seen, which I think actually speaks pretty highly to their ability to process the line efficiently. So yeah, 3 out of 5. Atmosphere. Atmosphere is a 4 out of 5. Toontone is styled after the neighborhood of the same name from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, only with a bit of extra rounding and character houses to make it just a little bit more friendly for the kids. This extends to the cart, to the point where I actually had a hard time spotting it the first time that I tried finding it. They really went all out with their branding on this cart, to the point where my only complaint that I can really have would be that they didn't brand the inside of the cart as well. They did brand the register, but other than that, it's pretty basic workspace on the inside, which is fine because I don't think you want cartoony in your workspace, especially if you're handling food, possibly even hot food. So I understand why the inside of the cart isn't as branded as the outside. Also, they have to rotate the stuff that they have for food making in there. Like, they're not going to have the hot chocolate machine in there in the summer because no one will be buying hot chocolate then. So yeah, 4 out of 5. It's great. I would like to see the inside of the cart branded, but I understand why it's not. Price point. This is a tricky one. So, we'll break it down. The pretzel cost less than I might expect, actually coming in at only 290 yen. Seems nice. The hot chocolate, though, cost more than I might expect, coming in at 320 yen. So the tiebreaker then has to be the Jellybeans, which cost a walloping 680 yen! Yikes! But they do come with a souvenir case, so the question there is it worth it? And for me, not really. Like, the souvenir case is super adorable. It's well made, and for a lot of people, it's probably worth it just to be a collector's item, but I don't really have anything that I can do with the case, and I much prefer things that I can continue to use after I leave the park. So maybe I can put it in my car and put change for the parking meter in it, but besides that, I don't know what to do with it. It is very small, and there's not a lot you can put into it. So 2 out of 5. The food itself. My bias is gonna come through pretty strong on this one. Like, the sweet cream cheese was not bad, but it's just not my thing. And when the pretzel cooled off, it got a lot less soft, a lot more quickly than I would have thought. The hot chocolate was nothing special. Like, if you've made hot chocolate in a microwave, you know what this hot chocolate tasted like. It did nothing to differentiate itself from any other hot chocolate in any way. The main selling point for it for me on that day was the fact that it was warm and I could wrap my body around it and try and steal its heat. The Jellybeans tasted exactly like Poiful Jellybeans. Like, you can go to any convenience store in Japan, buy a box of what are called Poiful Jellybeans, and it's the exact same experience. I don't know if these Jellybeans are Poiful Jellybeans. They came in a Tokyo Disney branded pouch, but like a blind taste test, I would be hard pressed to tell the difference between the two. There's probably only so many different ways that you can make Jellybeans and that you can chalk that up to that, but again, there's nothing here to make the Jellybeans themselves stand out as something special to Tokyo Disneyland. So, 2 out of 5. Overall rating. Overall, this gives Toontone Treats an average rating of 2.75, which I'm going to round up to a 2.8? Like, I love the atmosphere here. I think it's amazing, but I'm pretty sure they share that same atmosphere with every other eatery in Toontown. And I'm pretty sure those other eateries are going to have better menus. I can't fault them for the fact that I don't like sweet cream cheese, but they are also just a cart. The lineup! With a 2.5 out of 5, this manages to slide Toontone Treats in at the number 9 slot on our master list. This is to be expected, it is just a cart location after all. However, speaking of cart locations, on our cart location master list, this rating puts Toontone Treats all the way at the very top. Well done! So, that's it for this week. Come back next week if you want to find out where I'll be then. If you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. We'd love to hear from you. Give this video a big old thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that. We would surely appreciate it. If you're more of a social media person, you can find us on social media. Links to that in the box below. Come back on Monday for a little Monday magic, and I will see you next week for another Tokyo Tuesday.